are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough to be doing it to. I am Bushka on Blitz, and today we're going to be doing it in the Stuggy, the 3G. A very, very fun little tank. A tank that had me a little bit stumped the first couple of times I tried to drive it. Left it alone for a good year and a half, came back to it and found that lo and behold, as I had improved as a driver, so had my ability to take hold of the Stug and make it do what I wanted. We're going to go through a few things on this post. This is a Patreon sponsored post. If you are interested in sponsoring the channel, please jump along to Patreon. It's all the rage. We're going to talk about the tank and its mobility, which I think is the biggest bonus of this tank. Its camouflage, which is absolutely sterling, and the silhouette and how that works in. And also a little bit about the gun handling, because the gun handling and the mobility leads you to the playstyle. And you can see here, it's got excellent gun handling stats. It's got excellent aim time. 1.7 seconds worth of aim time means that you can really turn around and snapshot stuff in this tank. And it's not just 1.7 seconds on an average gun, it's a 0.33 dispersion gun, which means it really, really is an accurate weapon with a super quick aim time. And you can do little snapshots like this all the time. And you'll see that in the way I play it. I play it almost as a non-turreted medium, less a non-turreted tank destroyer and more a non-turreted medium, because you can get out to the flanks and follow people around and pick off tanks as they engage other targets. And it's very much the way the game is moving at the moment. The powers that be at Wargaming, whether you like it or not, seem to be wanting very much a dynamic based gameplay. I saw someone on the NA forums the other day who was complaining that they'd nerfed Black Goldville now and made it so that he couldn't sit there and eat chips while he played his elite TD, and I thought that was an excellent way of putting it. They don't want you to sit there doing nothing else but aiming the reticle. They want you out there in the battlefield. And I think they'll make changes to the TD lines as we roll forward, but I digress. It's neither here nor there. The little 3G. You can see I'm out here with Skid. He is a fantastic player from the Metal Storm clan. And we are rolling around on the flanks, and I'm going to smack up into the back of the Angry Connor here. And you've seen the tanks driving all over the place. It's not your traditional sit back, bash things TD. It's not the T110E3 brand of tank destroyer. In fact, the mobility is incredible. It's got 44 degrees of traverse on its tracks. That's more traverse than a lot of mediums tanks have. And that traverse really lends itself to this uber athletic, getting out into the middle of the field, following mediums, following other tanks, and picking targets off. That style of gameplay. So you've got a tank that's very, very quick. It's got about 40 kilometers an hour as a top speed. You can stretch that out a touch when you're going downhill. 44 degrees of traverse, so excellent snapshots. It's got very good camo rating, and it's got an even better silhouette. The silhouette is very, very low to the ground. And what that means is that it's very easy to hide the tank behind bumps, bushes, foliage, rocks, whatever, in the mounds between. And you can see here how quickly you can effectively get across a hump, for instance, when an enemy turns their head, and you've got 10 rounds per minute, or 9.73, something like that, rounds per minute, and you can just see how quickly you can pump it out. It also means that you can perma-track tanks. You've got 150 millimeters of pen on your main AP rounds, which is excellent at tier 5, and you've got 194 millimeters of pen on your APCR, which is again a wonderful number, and it allows the tank to absolutely smash. You can really be effective with it. Where you'll struggle with this tank, if you use it particularly without care, or you're over aggressive with it, and you try and use it as an assault tank, you will get filled up. Its armor profile is horrible. Its main armor is in not being seen. Now, this game is fantastic as an example of how it can just sneak up, follow our tanks around, and steal kills. And actually, we nearly get a Rossini in this one. We'll have a look at this. So firstly, I want to point something out here. I'm going to be following the Unco. I'm basically looking, whenever I'm in a Stug or a tank like this, an Object 268, even to a lesser extent, I want to follow a medium or a heavy, or someone who's going to be making a flanking move is ideal. And then I'm going to stay on their heels, and I'm basically going to use them to be an up-close spotter, put targets in my line of sight, and then especially if they're going on a flanking move like this, where we're going to get shots into the side of an enemy train, I'm going to use them as a partner. Now, you don't have to have them in platoon. You can camp in this tank in certain situations, and it's got more than enough camouflage to fulfill that role. But if you get up on spots like this, where you suddenly find yourself following a medium and they've given you a good look at targets into the side of an enemy drivetrain, bang, Bob's your mother's brother, you're loving life, living large. And you see we've already picked up our first kill, and we're going to get another one in a very short amount of time. But obviously it's not always going to be this good. What you've got to note though is I've put myself in a position here. I haven't sat at the back, and this isn't really a tank that's suited to it. I haven't sat at the back just waiting for the targets to come with me. I've found someone on my team, and often your team won't support you in this, but that's fair enough, who's going to move up. So I've got support. I've got someone with me in case things do go wrong, and that doesn't have to be a platoon mate. It can be, anyone. And I've put myself in a fantastic position. And 99% of your play in this tank is going to be positional. It doesn't have a big alpha. I mean, look at that shot. Let's have a look at that again. And the other thing you'll notice in this, as we move around a whole hell of a lot, is that 44 degrees of traverse is hilarious. It moves and jerks from side to side, resets, and if you see someone coming on your flank, you can get around to it really quickly, and it sets up for shots because your aim time is 1.7 seconds. Look at the size of the reticle. I mean, we get it there, and it's just about absolutely at its smallest point, almost immediately running vents and rations as we are here. Now that's another healthy thing that I've done. I'm running vents and rations because rations absolutely maximizes the gun handling, but I do pay for it in a little wee while, and you'll see what I mean when it happens. So we're now down 3-4, but Skid's a very good player. He's going to help things out, and we're moving around. A lot of low hit point targets. You can see the mobility in little scenes like this. Normally not the, and not just always snapshotting. Normally not the best of places for this kind of tank. However, it's an ideal spot for the 3G. People don't realize just how mobile this thing is. Look at it tracking a medium there like that and just absolutely smashing it. So we're down 3-on-2. We should be winning this nice and easy. There's another 3G. Again, a snapshot. We hit him in the track. No problems whatsoever. That's a terrible position for him. He doesn't have the armor profile to be there. Really, you don't want to be sitting in situations where you're hit point trading with these low hit points, and it does have a very low hit point pool. Low hit point, very fragile tank destroyers. The position you want to be in with this tank is where you're an ambush predator. Now, oh God, I don't know how we're going to go through with this, but let Stug kill, says Skid. He's told me I'm on a 6. I'm on a Rossini here. This is what I was talking about when I said you've got to be very, very careful about whether or not you're running rations. It's not so big a deal anymore. You've got provisions. So this is just, this is horrible. Let's watch this in normal speed and then watch it in slow motion afterwards. Oh God. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Very fragile tank. The Stuggy. What's actually happened here is I'm heading down this hill. Now I'm doing it quite gently, and that should be fine, but I panic when I see this guy on my left, and you can see the controller there. I drag it over to my left, which breaks my track because it was already damaged, I believe, earlier. I repair it, and he gets a lucky shot that kills my engine, and I don't have any more repair kits. And I lose a Rossini because I'm an idiot. This is the joys of running a non-turreted tank destroyer. It may be nimble, it may be agile, but once your tracks are gone, ta-ta, good night, nurse. And you can see, I can see the humor in the situation right there, and I know what's coming. There's nothing I can do about it, and there goes your ass. So that's the 3G. It's a short, sweet. I mean, this is really the epitome of a first line support tank, and I know that sounds really, it's a bit of an oxymoron, but it's perfect for running with mediums. It's so good at getting out in the flanks and smacking it with lights and meds, because it's actually got quite a good damage per minute, and it can still penetrate everyone that it sees. And if you end up as a light or a medium support tank, and the other guys don't turn up and you get to go all the way around in the flank behind an enemy and they're lit up for you, you are going through them like a knife through butter. So there you go, the 3G. The first time out the shop, I thought it was a bit rubbish. We ended up getting a mastery on that game anyway, just with the 6 kills. The Pools Medal usually does that at these lower tiers. A very, very low mastery game, which to me says that this tank is supremely poorly played or very, very underutilized. You've got to be careful with it. Don't get greedy with your shots. If you are firing and they see you and they turn towards you, back it off and start all over again. Because once you hit point trade, you're going to be in trouble. You've got a very low hit point pool, you've got very poor armor, and you can't really sustain that kind of gameplay. You're fragile, you're a glass cannon. It's every bit as fun as it sounds though when you follow the mediums or the lights or a heavy down the middle and you find a target turning the other way. You can permatrack them. You've got enough damage per minute to eat them alive if they ignore you for a good 10-15 seconds. It's a smart tank when played smart. It's a horrible tank if you're like I was when I first got it and you're too aggressive, or you just sit at the back sniping, because you're wasting time sitting at the back sniping. That's more for tanks that have a big dirty alpha that can drop a 640 hit point bomb on someone right from the back, or a 400 hit point alpha shot, take half their hit points and then go back into hiding. You're going to hit someone for 160, which is great. It's all nice to do damage, but once you hit them and they realize you're there and back out, well, you're pointless now, and you're not really going to affect the game that way. Get up with the other mediums and the other heavies, but don't let yourself get fooled into playing a hit point trading game. Anyway, I'm Bushka on Blitz. I hope you enjoyed the Stug. The 3G, I love it. It's a great little tank. And there'll be more TD stuff coming down the line. I've been sadly neglecting TDs of late, and we're certainly going to remedy that. There'll be an Object 268 video soon, a couple of other TD videos. So hopefully we can do something that everyone's going to enjoy, not just us medium drivers. Anyway, I'm Bushka on Blitz. Sponsor the channel if you want to. If you don't, jump on Facebook, say g'day. I'm going to start regularly posting these reviews, one on a Monday, and then another video probably on a Thursday, and then a stream on a Friday. So there's your weekly itinerary. Love you all. Stay safe on the battlefield, and bye for now.